Hey, what is going on, everybody? We are back at it again here. It's been a while since we made a video, but I've been dealing with an issue for a while. Today, we're working on the Ford Explorer, and I'm just gonna go ahead and walk you guys through what's been going on. We just got past cold season, and now the weather is fucking terrific outside, boys. You hear them birds? I was dealing with this issue for a very, very long time. Probably at least 6 or so months. I don't know if I'll give y'all, holy shit. We'll just let that buddy rest for now and he'll go on his way. This radio used to be in my Honda Civic. The radio got stolen. And then when I got it back, as you can see, it's been taken apart. I have also took it apart myself and fully inspected the radio to look for like expanded capacitors and burnt traces and scratched solder joints and stuff. And I've stared at this thing for quite a while and never found an issue. So we got our constant power, we got our ground, and then we just got our turn on. The radio does not save its settings, and it comes on at 20 volume. So every time I get to drive it, I have to go in, click, 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 click for like the first minute or two of me getting in the car just to reset everything. But if I'm currently driving it and I shut it off and then turn it right back on, the settings will save. So I have checked my wiring multiple times. This is the constant power wire, which is what is responsible for the radio keeping its memory over a period of time. Take our positive and then put it in the yellow hole. Multimeter reads 11.4. 11 is definitely low. Something that's just like not retaining memory after a long period of time. Turns out this model of Explorer has a built-in factory amp. And you see, this is where the main issue that we're fixing today comes into play. Because I was trying to find that factory amp. I looked all over the internet and people always said it was way back here underneath that panel back there. And the reason why this whole thing is an issue is because this buddy right here has a built-in amplifier. That signal is sent through the harness all the way to the back through another door speaker amplifier. So before the signal gets to the speakers, it is essentially being double amplified, which is very, very bad in my case because I have subwoofers installed with the RCAs on the back of the amplifier. And to get the full power of the subs, you have to give the radio some beans, you know what I mean? The radio goes up to 40 volume. It comes on at 20. Literally the clipping point with this double amplifier setup for the door speakers is 20. Go out on a day and completely forget about this whole mess. Go to start the car, the damn radio comes on at nearly full volume and just absolutely makes me clench up and rip holes with my butthole in the seat. The volume coming on and catching me off guard is getting pretty old, especially when I got my grandma in the car. We're gonna fix this today, and the only way to fix it is either to run new speaker wires to all the doors or figure out where the amp is and then completely bypass it. The amp is obviously behind this panel. As you can see, I got a couple of these plastic clips out, mostly all the way around it. This whole panel is one piece. So it goes all the way down around the car, up around the top, to the side, and it even extends past the freaking passenger seats. And it goes all the way down to the floorboard right next to the seat. I'm gonna have to let the seats down to get this panel out, probably. The latch that you push to remove the seat doesn't work. Now, as you can see, finger, push the latch all the way down, and the seat comes unlatched partially, but then it just stops. Found out that there is apparently another latching mechanism that is run by some sort of cable or something like that, that if the cable is stretched or broken, the latch won't release over there. I tried looking at it from underneath. You can't see a thing. So our only option is to completely remove this seat. I would have been okay with leaving it how it was, but the main reason that I have to do this is because since my radio goes up to volume level 40, and the door speakers max out at 20 because of this issue, and this bad boy is powered off the RCAs, so this bad boy is not getting the full strength signal from the RCAs at maximum door speaker volume. I like to be thumping. Amplifier got the go-go. These little ass screws are the only thing that should be holding this panel on, and they were underneath the carpet. All right, there she is. This is our pigtail that has the wires coming from the head unit up front. Well, so this is our output to the door speakers, and pretty much I'm just gonna have to cut this little connector off. It is hot today. We got some moisture accumulating.
Don't catch me on a bad day, my gift, but got this liquor by my side, pour it in my cup. Like, bitch, who you missing? My money longer than a bitch with extensions. This ain't GTA, but I'm on a mission. You did crazy, make you wanna switch positions. Mood swings, so I kept my distance. Feel like Rick and Morty traveling through dimensions. Chopper hit your teeth, go see a dentist.
Took that big 40 and it came with an extension. Bitch, I shoot like Curry, yeah, you know I'm never missing. Fuck your main hoe, cause she said that you was bitching. Bitch, I feel like James Harden whipping in the kitchen. Hop up in the sky and you know we really drifting. Had a bad bitch, yeah, you know I'm really...
Oh, goddamn. That's not beautiful. That's not beautiful at all.
Gave my heart away, yeah, she off in the distance. I don't know, I just might be in my feelings. So I met a new one and I couldn't resist it. Never felt this love before because it's been missing. This ain't basketball, but my shooter's in position.
Met this bad bitch and you know I am in it. Do not come around.
I looked for a wiring diagram. I couldn't find a wiring diagram for the amp. These wires in this bundle were already pre-twisted together, so I'm assuming since they're pre-twisted together, that means that they're already in pairs. And then over here we got completely different colors. Of course, we got, this one was a little less obvious, but obviously the two blues go together, the two white with stripes go together, purple and then brown. I was like, they're both dark, so they probably go together. Yellow and green, which I'm pretty sure I remember seeing in one of the door panels when I replaced the speakers. So these wires correspond to the wires that go to the head unit. You can find the head unit diagram, so I should be able to figure out which one is front left, front right, rear left, whatever, you know the gist. Then once I find that pair from the diagram of which one's coming from which from the head unit, I can just play a song or something quietly and then slowly connect them to these pairs of wires until I fully discover all the pairs. All right, I tested it out and this appears to be all of our wires in pairs. Those of you who ever try to tackle this on, instead of buying the wiring harness, here you go. Here's the wires that connect to where. It is pretty easy. If this doesn't make sense to you or the wires are different colors, look up the factory wiring diagram and figure out front left, front right, rear left. You'll have the other pair going to the speakers. These two are twisted together, which come from the head unit, so we know that that set of wires goes to the front left door. And then we pretty much just got to touch the wires together until we find the pair that goes to that door. And then as I was testing them, I got all the doors open so that way I could connect the pair, kind of hear where it was coming from back there. And then after I got for sure where I thought it was, I would come out and get really close to the speaker just to make sure the sound was coming from that speaker.
It's a bad decision. Bullets hit your body like a fucking collision. Chopper do you dirty, shoot it until it's clicking. Stop fucking with me, girl. I already tried giving you the world. Now I sit by myself, oxys make me twirl. Stop playing these games, just give it up. Can you come help me? I'm stuck. Can't seem to move on, like what the fuck? All those times you did me dirty, couldn't tell me nothing. Now I'm pulling up in a brand new truck. Don't catch me on a bad day, my gift, but got this liquor.
Alright, all of our connections are soldered, but none of them are touching, so we're gonna go play something and see if it sounds good. Just a little test before we put that dumb panel back on. Front left. You know what, let me get that out of here. Left rear. Right rear. Front, right. Yeah. This is like a shielding wire. This is a ground for this metal shielding. So I'm just gonna snip it. 8 different pairs got taped individually, and then I wrapped one big thing around them to keep them from rattling around loose. The green wires are the amp power wires that are still alive, so I separated them to different sides, put the remote wire in the middle, which I probably am going to disconnect from the head unit at the front. And then honestly, she sits pretty nice right there. I'm going to put this panel back on, which shouldn't take that long. Talk about the old Nutty Buddy, aka it's an old Alpine that I saved and got a Memphis. Don't know anything about it except for it's a Memphis.
Two tens booming in the back of the range. Trying to quit the drugs like I'm going insane. Everyone's a sinner, that's why we need to pray. Too fast, he gon' die if he tryna play.
Go for it. Yeah.
If you struggle, I'ma lick your ass. Made this money from propane, bitch. I feel like Pablo Escobar, but I don't sell cocaine, bitch. Shot that fella cause he didn't make his payments. Fuck with me, I keep a rocket launcher in my basement. Made this money from propane, bitch. I feel like Pablo Escobar, but I don't sell cocaine, bitch. Shot that fella cause he didn't make his payments. Fuck with me, I keep a rocket launcher in my basement. Oh man, goddamn, I caught my SpongeBob, what are you drilling? My boss is Mr. Swagger, try to bench off like the hash slinger slasher. Turret pissed off cause a squid would smash her. Backstage like an actor. She bought my gold word like it came from Alaska. Get the fuck away. I thought I told you bitch I'm smoking killer to the fucking face. I do this shit like every fucking.
Instead of being able to do 18 volume, we can now do 35, and I ain't gonna lie, the subs are a little warm. Everything is warm, including the head unit and probably the speakers. I started smelling some magical I didn't see any magical smoke, but I caught a whiff of it, so I had to turn it down a little bit.